Happy Sunday. Today is November the second day of November, and we're praying that November is going to come with calmness, with peace, and all that we can think about. So, while I am waiting for people to join the session, want to say this is Iwe Bafa blog. Um, this channel is a very interesting channel. We talk about different topics. On a Sunday like this, the topic are usually scheduled for 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, but because of some other things that are ahead for me to do, I had to come on live at this time. So please, for those of you that already have your timing scheduled for 2 p.m., if you come on live and you see this video, um, I apologize for doing this earlier. I had to do it earlier so that way I can be able to get going with other things that I have for the day. So today I have a very interesting topic that I want to talk about. Things are really going on globally, different things. Every day you wake up to the news and you just be like, what's going on? Today you see one news, tomorrow you see another news, and you keep wondering where are we heading to globally. But before I dive into that conversation, for those that are new to this channel, please can you click on the subscribe button? You're welcome to this channel. This channel is a family. There's a lot of engagement, and we are open to have more audience, so that way we can be able to know and see how other people um, perspective and views to different topics, and different things that are going on globally. So interestingly, I have this particular topic that I wanted to talk about, and I know there are so many news about this all over the place, but then it's about global situation that is going on. So right now, the question that is just going through my mind personally is, are we in the times of global crisis, or are we in the times of global peace? So it's a very daunting situation, I would say. And there's this kind of new face of security that is beginning to pop up in 2025. We don't even have an idea of how 2026 is going to be like, but we all know for sure we have to prepare our mind for the best or the worst scenario. So now the question is, what side are you on? You know, there are different organizations that are really creating awareness for global peace and global security. But the truth have to be said, people, thank God for social media. Thank God for social media, because more awareness needs to be created concerning all of this crisis that is going on. And if you are just joining this channel for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. I also want to do a shout out to those that have been with me on this journey. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. It's so great, to have you all cheering me on this whole journey. So if you really take an observation of the generation that we have now, the level of technology is just mind-blowing. We don't even know the ones that are already yet to come, but the ones that we know, that we're seeing right now, like the robotics and all of those, it is mind-blowing. I because I do look up news updates, and there was one robot that can do braids, like this braids that I'm having on now, like this. There's a robot somebody created, halo robots that can do braids. Isn't that amazing? And I'm just like, the generation this time, their way of thinking is so extraordinary. You can't even imagine how they think, but the creativity they bring into all of these ideas is mind-blowing. And now we have the AI, we have a lot of cyber threats going on. Hello, good day. I have a question. What advice will you give to your 19-year-old self. The only thing that matters to me is my mother, and I'm willing to give up all my distraction for her. Hey, Rango, thank you for joining the live. Um, so you said, what advice will I give to my 19-year-old self? The only thing that matters to me is my mother. And I'm willing to give up all my distraction for her. That's that is interesting. And can you tell me more about the situation, so that way, I can give you one or two suggestions. Yeah. Is she okay? Is she in a safe place? Or is she not doing too fine? If I'm to say advice to my 19-year-old self, I would say, family is very important, because when you're going through tough moments in life, and people that are outside of your family that you feel that will always be there for you, there are certain things your family will do for you that they can't do for you. And it starts from your parents. Now, if your mom can carry you in a womb for 9 solid months, that is a massive level of love she has shown to you. I've heard of cases where young mothers, they just like kill their baby in their womb, like abort their baby even before the baby even start growing up in the womb. I wouldn't say that is cruel, but everybody have their different situation that makes them do certain things. Okay, now I see what you mean. Okay, thank you for helping me to understand that. So I would say, she's your mom, and I don't know how the journey has been like growing up, alongside with her, watching over you and directing you on how to live your life, because a lot of moms, they're very overprotective of their kids. And when we are young, when I was 18 years old, I don't know if that resonates with a lot of people, that how they were when they were 18 or 19 years old. When I was 18 years old, I had an independent mindset. I wanted to be out there doing things for myself. I didn't want anybody to be telling me what to do. I didn't want anybody to be like, bossing me around and telling me this is what they want me to do. I wanted to do things my way. I felt like, oh, now I'm at the adult phase. I know what to do. I can take care of myself. But looking back to then, this is what I can pick out. That is a very sensitive young adult age, that every decision you make can shape you for the rest of your life, or can break you for the rest of your life. Yes. And the reason why I said so is because then you have so much excitement to want to go out there in the world. Being an 18-year-old, being a new adult, being a 19-year-old, you have so much enthusiasm. You want to do so much. You feel like you've been set free to want to like go after so many things at the same time. But what advice I would give to someone of that age that I wish I knew myself is, take a step, one step at a time, and don't stay out of sight of your loved ones, especially your guardians, especially your parents, especially your mom and your dad. Don't stay out of their sight. Allow them to continue to guide you, because any slight deviation from the paths that you need to follow to create a path that will build you perfectly well for the rest of your life, any slight deviation from that can mess you up. And that is where a lot of young adults find themselves getting pregnant at an early age. They're not ready to become mom, they're not ready to become dad, but because they don't want to listen to nobody, they just want to do things themselves, they end up in situations that is out of their control. And then when they get to like 30 something, they start having a lot of regrets, and they'll be like, they wish they have done things differently. So that age is the time you have all the opportunity to learn from others. Don't feel like you need to just rush after the world. The world will wait for you. The world will wait for you. So I hope this advice is helpful. But you can throw more questions, you can throw more questions. And if anybody in the session that want to also like had a point to what I've said, I would like to hear, because like I said, 18-year-old me, if I'm to advise my 18-year-old me or my 19-year-old me, I would say I shouldn't have rushed to making decision on certain things. I should have just continued to allow my mom and dad to guide me, and listen to them, because some truths can be very hard to take, but they can be very helpful in years to come. Some truths are very hard to take, but they can be very helpful in years to come. Believe me or not, honestly, it is true. So, back to the topic of what I was talking about, which is the global crisis and the the global peace, because we really don't know where we stand right now. So many things are just going on. So, today there was this headline I heard about President Trump wanting to, send the Department of War to Nigeria to, like, I don't know if it's to bomb everywhere or whatever. I don't know. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm happy you find that advice useful, and please take it slow. Like I tell you, age 18 and age 19 is a very sensitive time of every young adult. There's a rush to want to do things yourself, but please be careful. You still need people to continue to guide you, please, because that is the time of your life where you can make the greatest mistake, or you can achieve the best thing, and it will shape you for the rest of your life. So please, your mother loves you so much. If she doesn't love you, she would have aborted you. But because she loves you, she carried you in her womb for 9 months, and she went through difficult labor. Have you been in a labor room to see how mothers push their baby out? Oh my God, it is a very incredible experience. And I respect women. I'm a woman, and we women, I admire the strength God have given unto us. So I believe that you can honor her that way by allowing her to continue to guide you. And in terms of like being there for her, don't feel like she's too much. Give her the listening ear, give her the time, show her the respect. The Bible say honor your father and your mother so that it will be well with you. Even in other beliefs, Muslim, pagan, atheist, or whatever, there is an honor that is very important that you need to give to your parents. Sad thing, there are some parents that don't deserve honor. Yeah, there are some parents that don't deserve honor, especially parents that molest their children at a young age. They don't deserve honor. But it is not in your place to pay them back. You leave it for God to pay them back. All you just need is to live a good life for yourself. That when I went to church today, my pastor was saying something about when you go to the graveyard, and that was so deep. I've never heard somebody like analyze things like that. This is what he said. He said when you go to the graveyard and you look at everybody's gravestone, what is one particular thing you will always see? They always put the date that person was born, which is the year, and after the year they put a dash, and after the dash they put the year the person died. Say for example, Mr. T was born in 1900 and passed away in 1990. That's just an example. And in between those 2 years there's a dash, right? So now he said the dash is what is like the what covers everything about you in life. So within that dash, you and I, we are in our dash time of life right now. Everything we do, it matters a lot. Everything we do is centered into that dash. We come, when we were born, we come alone into the world. When we die, we will live alone. But you see that dash in between those 2 years, it carries a lot of weight, more than the 2 years that is shown on the gravestone. I hope that makes sense to you. So I'm glad you asked this question, because a lot of young adults don't understand. It usually takes them so many years in life before they realize that if they had known, they would have listened, they would have followed direction. But don't let that be your case. Honor anyone that is in the place to direct you. Okay? And thank God, as humans, the way God created us, there's a certain age a child will get to. A child knows the difference between good and evil, right? Yes. It's just it's a remarkable way of God doing things that we can never understand. How did God do it that way? We can never understand. That a child comes to a point at a certain age, and they are able to know the difference between evil and good. So when somebody is doing something that doesn't make sense, you can tell that this thing is not good. Say for example, somebody come and give you a knock on your head. That's really not a good action. You're gonna feel the hurt. You're gonna feel like, no, this person did not treat me right, and there's definitely gonna be a reaction to it, right? So why am I saying that? The general of all it is, at every time in every man's life, there's a reason why certain things happen. But as a man, don't rush into making decision. Take a step back and follow up with things one step at a time. Everything does not have to be perfect, but you have to be true to yourself in every decision you make. Think about the future. Forget about the past. Acknowledge what have happened in the past, but look forward to the future. Okay? I hope, I mean, I know I said so much, but I hope that is that's helpful. Okay, let me go back to the main topic that I started with. And global peace. Are we in the period of global peace, or we are in the period of global crisis? Well, I don't know, but since the beginning of 2025, there have been a lot of interesting things that have been happening. A lot of interesting things. Please, guys, can you help me with one thing? Can you share this live stream with your friends and family and invite them to join this session? I love to engage, especially when I'm discussing about interesting topics like this. So now back to the news that I saw, like the US is about to send some fighting whatever to Nigeria to fight against the terrorism that is going on. Yeah, Nigeria has a security issue. I was born in Nigeria. Nigeria has a security issue, and there's no denial that the security issue is very disturbing, and I wish like something is done about it. But now the question is, why are all of these things happening during this time? So I'm not going to go deep down into that conversation, because I don't have sufficient amount of information to talk about it. But I'm just putting it out there, so that way, if you've not heard of the news, you are aware of it. And now there's even climate change. Climate change is reshaping what it means to feel safe. So now you see tonight, like, there is also one that I have really been I've seen myself showing a lot of interest in. It is the PFAS. The PFAS. The PFAS in our water that we are drinking. When I did my research, I found that like scientists are realizing that that's what's contributing to the high cases of disease, cancer that people are facing. And what are PFAS? These are like forever chemicals, forever substances that they don't go away. No matter how water is being disinfected, cleaned, or whatever, they don't go away. So the the issue now here is a lot of people don't know about this whole thing that is going on. This is also a global crisis issue. People are, taking steps to eating healthy food. People are taking steps to drinking clean water, but at the end of the day, that water is being processed in the water treatment facility, right? And the people that are treating the water, they are doing their best to make sure that that water is coming out so perfectly well, but they cannot be able to completely remove all of those substances from water. So we are just like thinking, hoping policies will be set up, more advanced technology will be brought up to eradicate this problem. And it's sad that let's say like 30 decades before now or 50 decades before now, all of these issues with water and the health and the global crisis were not as disastrous as it is now. But now it is very disastrous, and people are being told to be very careful. So what is my advice for that? I recommend that any water you're drinking, make sure you boil it. Boil it in a pot, in a kettle, let it cool down. At least that still helps to kill some of those difficult chemicals that are still in the water. And I don't know why I brought that PFAS topic into this conversation, but I have interest in that. I love everything that I have to do with PFAS, and I want to be able to be among the community of people that are helping to provide clean water for people, because you can never underestimate how beneficial clean water is. When I say clean water, not just clean water, water that is completely, that does not have any of these contaminants that is affecting people's life now. So that is just part of the global crisis that I have concern about. And anybody that wants to like jump in and give me their 2 cents on a topic that is really like taunting their mind, that they feel they want to like, let's chat over it, please bring it on. So now the question is, what does peace really mean in the global world, in the digital world? Because everything is digital. A lot of people, they don't do things in person anymore. A lot of things are being done digitally. It has a lot of good and it has a lot of bad. The good side is it makes information assessment easier, but the bad side is, whoa, I don't want to talk about the bad side, because before I talk about anything, I always want to make sure I have good enough solid information to be able to talk about those stuff. Now I would just say, just to wrap up this whole session, let's always remember something very important. Peace does not mean silence. It means strength. It means courage. The courage to keep believing that understanding is still possible in a divided world. So anything you're doing, anything you're chasing after, always have at the back of your mind that peace goes a long way. What can one benefit when there's so much chaos? When there's so much chaos, people lose their life, People are hungry, people are displaced, people are marginalized, evil things are happening. So when there's chaos, you see, those are the kind of things that happen. In the world we have today, we've been blessed with so much wealth of knowledge. So let's choose peace. Let's choose peace so that our world can continue to evolve in a positive way. Because whether we like it or not, the real battle today is not between nations. The real battle that is going on globally, it is actually not a battle between nations. All the battles that is going on is the battle between truth and lies, fear and empathy, chaos and calm. So when we look at those different sides of the situation, we can be able to understand that it is really pointless. It's really pointless fighting each other. It's pointless fighting each other for unnecessary reason. We don't need it in our generation now. All we can just do as humans, let's sit down and ask ourselves, choose between truth and lies. When you see something happening, choose between truth and lies. Choose between fear and empathy. Choose between chaos and calm. So to everyone that is able to join this live, I wish like I'm able to get more engagement, but it's okay. It's okay. Everything takes time. We'll keep talking about the different things that we're seeing out there. I'm not taking side on anything. And like I say, any information I discuss about, if I don't have enough knowledge about it, I will not talk about it. But if I have enough concrete knowledge about it, why not? Because information is key. The more you know, the more you are able to understand the direction you're taking in life. So if this conversation gave you something to think about, please don't forget to subscribe and share this live stream. Every week and every time I have the chance to, I'll continue to break down some of these stories, these topics, because knowledge is actually humans' best defense against fear. So let's go out there and embrace peace. Let's embrace peace. Let's embrace peace in our world today, because God has given us so much. He has given us so much that we don't even deserve. How we make use of what we have is going to determine how our world is going to be shaped. So let's embrace peace in all that we do. And to conclude on this session, because my sessions are usually like 30 minutes long, and then I can talk about another topic another time whenever I have the free chance to. So if you feel like this topic gives you any manner of hope, like everything I've talked about, please drop your comments. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Please share with everyone in your cycle. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this like just to bring hope to people, to make people feel encouraged, and to also make people feel they have a community where they can voice how they're feeling. So with that being said, I have few more seconds before I call it a day. So as you're going out this week, I wish you a beautiful week. Please be safe out there, and know that I love you. Remember what I said, subscribe to my channel, okay? And I'll love you more. All right, bye guys. See you on another topic. Probably maybe another time today, but I have to jump into something else. And then whenever I have a free time, I'll jump on another live. All right, bye guys. Thank you. Give this a thumbs up if you like this topic. All right, bye.